Well, greetings and felicitations. We seem to be having some intermittent Um, goes by, and when two lovers blow, I still say I love you. On that you can rely. The fundamental. Hey, Ivan, how you doing? I'm coming on early today in order that I get some more layers done on this girl. And I don't know if my stream is being interrupted or I don't know what's happening, but if you can hear me, then just tell me yeah, because I don't know if it's no. No, it's going to be a few days to finish her today. I've just started the the skin to get the toning in, so no, it won't be, definitely not finished today. Oh, great. Okay, so streaming all right. No, I'm not putting in her nose. I'm not giving her nose ring. I know you love nose rings, but I just can't do it, man. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, I'll be back in 1 second. Don't shut that page. Okay. I don't know why I'm constantly getting this through Twitch. This it looks like it's trying to load or something, but if you can hear it, then it's okay by me. And I don't know why there's no music, but what the hell. Okay, so we start again. I'm here. So I need the image, which I will have instantly. There we go. Weird. I don't know why it's doing that, but whatever. As long as you can hear me, it's okay. As long as you can hear me, it is okay. Anyway. All right. So we're going to put another few layers of color on this young lady. And in order to do that, I'm going to need a little bit of yellow, very little yellow. And I'm going to need lots of transparent white. The thing is, when you translate one of these into an acrylic, it takes a long time because you have to layer it, layer. And the trouble is that you can't just get it with a blend like you can in oil. So, not to worry. As Alfred E. Newman once said, "What, me worry?" I'm trying desperately to get that color. I think what I'm going to do is use a little bit of vermilion. There we go. So I think that will give me a cooler look for this skin. Da 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 and when two lovers woo, they still say I love you, on that you can rely. The fundamental things in life as time goes by. Believe it or not, I think I still need more white. Well, here's looking at you, kid. There we go. Da 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 dee 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 dee. Moonlight and love songs. strangely out of tune. Got away too soon. One needs man. So Ben, are you still there, man? Da, 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 da. Are you still there? I don't know. This thing keeps telling me that it's loading, but I don't know. A little bit of light. Let there be light. Light in the face, yes. Let there be light. And no one can deny it's still the same old story. A fight for love and glory. On that you can rely. The fundamental thing in life as time goes by, moonlight and love songs, strangely out of day. Jealousy and hate. Woman needs a man. Da-dum-da-da. Oh!
Maybe you're right. I think they're being followed now.
Something just happened. Ah. I don't know what, but something happened. Da-dum da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. The fundamental things in life as time goes by. I swear, getting more artifacts in the paint than should be allowed. What the hell? I don't know why that is. Frankly, I just don't. I have no clue. Normally something happens when you're using really cheap paint, but this is not cheap paint. So I have a little bit more light now in the in the face, and now what I'm going to do is I want to make it a little paler. Which will give it a nice contrast, I hope. got such pale, pale skin. I want warmth in it, but I want to be able to have it translucent. And that's the trick. And if I can do that, then I will have accomplished my goal. Da, 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 da. Oh, thank you, Lizzie Lots. Oh no, this isn't. No, this is a random. It's a girl. Yeah, it's I've just finished a whole bunch of Dutch master paintings, like Vermeer and all that stuff, and Schwartz and Rembrandts and that kind of stuff. So I found this image of this girl that this photographer takes. This photographer takes these pictures, and what they do is they he does them like they're Baroque Renaissance, or not Renaissance, the Dutch Renaissance Baroque painting photographs, and he takes photographs of his daughter, and he has a whole series of them, and some of them are better than others, but I finally found one that I really like, which is this one, which is kind of like the girl with a pearl earring. She's got a nice pearl earring right here, so I kind of decided I would do her and do it in the style of the Dutch masters, because I'm doing this in acrylic, so I'm translating it into a modern day acrylic, or from oil to acrylic. So the job here really is getting the look of oil with acrylics, and that's what I've been doing for the last month or so, and it's fun to do. I really enjoy it. But after doing like Vermeer, the girl with the pearl earring and stuff like that, I decided that what I'd like to do is give it a shot on an up-to-date person who's still alive, not 400 years old. And that's what I've been doing. And this is the first one in this series, and I'm using the same techniques that they use, again translated into acrylic from oil. And the trick is here, can I do it? And I think so. There's a few technical problems that have cropped up, but nothing that I don't think I can't handle. After all, I've been painting a long time. And yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's kind of a 21st century rendition of a yeah, it's tough is right. There's no question about that. Can I ask you, is it nice and crisp? Because it's looking to me a little bit of focus here. So let me just adjust this a little bit. I'm going to put down my paint, and there, I think that did it. Okay. There we go. You can see that nice and clear, then you can see the picture. There you go. And yeah, I've been doing it, and it's all about, with acrylic, it's all about layering the colors on, and that's what I've been doing. And it sounds crazy, I know, but like when I did the girl with the red hat, with the red hat, I should say, the Vermeer picture, I think I put on 50 or 60 glazes onto it to get the right look, and I'm doing basically the same thing. And so far so good. I've I'm happy with it so far. But it does take some time. But everything does, right? I mean, if you're going to do something, it's going to take a little bit of time. So, and the trick is here. This girl has got. This guy is Dutch, and the reason I picked her is she's got that translucent Dutch skin. You know, that really white skin, and I want to use like the same people that they used in the back in the 1600s, so they're still there, obviously. So what I've been doing is building up that color choice, and what I did is I underpainted it in grisaille. So I want to get that the way. Actually, I'm doing exactly the way they did it. No difference. I'm using same techniques. The only thing is I'm doing different is I'm using acrylic, not oil. And it's fun for me, reason being that really I am an oil painter. And I've been doing acrylics a long time, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of neat because to be able to do it in a different medium is, especially paint, is fun. At least it's fun for me. Maybe it's not fun for the people watching, but it's fun for me. I hope it's fun for the people watching. Well, thank you very much, Liz. Well, I'm glad you like it. It is very hard, I got to admit, because you have to. The trouble with it is you have to kind of really reverse techniques in some places, right? Like what you can get away with in oil, you can't get away with in acrylic. And so I've been faithfully following the path. And so far, I've got the look I wanted with previous paintings, but this is the first one I'm doing an actual person. I can't remember her name. I can find out what it is. There's a name. It's the guy's daughter, and he takes these photos of her, and he's been taking photos of her since she was like, I don't know, 12 years old or something like that, 10, 11, 12 years old. And he's a great photographer. And one of the reasons I'm able to do this, frankly, is I've been doing it for years, to be honest with you. But the reason I really enjoy doing it is because I was away in Belize for 3.5 years, and before I left, I used to have to rely on photographic reproduction, and I just couldn't find anything that was any good. So you have to do a lot of guesswork. But since I've come back, I've realized that since everybody's got computers that are 1080 and high res and all that stuff, the photographs that they're posting are just beyond belief. Like I can count every pore in their skin on this reference I've got. And that's kind of what you need. And that's what I've been doing. And I remember I was amazed. I got the girl with the pearl earring. My God, it was like I was 3 inches from the painting. Funny story, I did that one time at a Renoir exhibit. Got right up close to it, and oh my God, the alarms went off. And so, even if you go to the museum, you can't get it. They won't let you that close to it. So, you have to... So these guys who are, I guess, taking the museum itself, taking the photography so to advertise their museums, the photography is incredible in terms of resolution now. It's just unbelievable. But, I mean... if you've got a DSLR, I mean, look at the resolutions they're getting now. It's just beyond belief, really. That's all I can say. It's just it's incredible, just absolutely incredible that they can do this. And frankly, I'm taking advantage of it because it's there, right? But oh, Lizzie. Okay, I'm looking forward to that, buddy. I am looking forward to it because I want to hear. I want to hear the theory. And you know Ivan. That's great because Ivan's been following for some time now. So I'm glad he. You guys know each other. That's kind of cool. And if you want to know, I don't know, are you a painter, Lissy? Do you paint or? I'm just getting some nice gray tones for here. Gray flesh, so to speak. I want to get down in here because there's some shadow that starts to come in under here. He did a little bit of photoshopping on this, by the way, so I'm sort of taking that out. He did a little photoshopping on the skin, which, you know, it's her father, so I can imagine he wants her to look the best he can possibly can. But anyway, I know where it is, and I took it out, so no big problem then. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of, yeah. If it's your daughter, you want her to look the best she possibly can, and that's exactly what he's done. And power to him. I have a daughter, so I know exactly what he means. But it's slight. It's not much. I'm not trying to imply that he's changed anything major. He just did a little bit of shadow work on it that is completely understandable because he probably couldn't get his light exactly the way he wanted it, so he fixed it later on. Or maybe the light was good, but he decided to make a change, and then you can do that in Photoshop. So it doesn't affect the picture in any way. But it's kind of cute, you know? Kind of cute. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I'm using a little bit of flow medium here to get the edges of the paint to dissolve. It works really good. If you can get the formula just right, that is. I should say that. I'm one of those guesstimators, you know. Because it's 20 drops, or it's a drop for every 20 drops. Well, I'm telling you, I just don't have time to sit there with an eyedropper, so I just gave it my best shot. And so far, so good. Seems to be working okay. Seems to be. I hope, anyway. See, the trick is to get the color, the under the skin color through on this, because it makes the painting, and that's what they were painting when they did in the Baroque period, and they did. And I think it's a very cool technique because it really shows off the people, what they look like, you know. But this is a modern person who's dressed up to look like a 16th century person, not 17th century person. And it's like I said, it's fun. Fun. Now that Daddy took the T-bird away. Don't mind me, I hum and all that stuff, so if you hear it, just turn your sound down if you have to. You can see the underpainting here where I did it, so give you an idea. The grisaille. That nobody can deny. Oh, but still, if you, oh yeah. You still the same old story, a fight for love and glory. On that you can rely. The fundamental things in life as time goes by. Da 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 da. And one thing you sure got to know what to do here, though, if you're doing this kind of stuff, is you really and truly have to be able to mix your colors, because the colors dry so quickly that you have to remix and remix and remix, and oh man, if I don't know what you'd do if you can't do that. I just don't know how you do it. I know there's stay wet palettes out there and all that neat stuff, but it'd be tough, I gotta tell you. Very, very tough. Da 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 da. Even when you mix up the color and put the extender on it, it still dries at an incredibly fast pace. So unless you're doing something like ultra modern or something, you kind of have to remix and glaze and remix and glaze. But to be honest with you, for me, that's kind of like the fun of it, right? So experimentations in color, I could call it. Let me see, I've got a line here I don't want between dark and light, so I've got to blend that out. Which is okay, not a problem, but you still got to do it. On that you can rely. Oh my God, okay. Okay. Don't get excited. Here we go. No, way too dark. Way too light. Until you get just right. I'll put more extender in it. Gives me a bit more time. Hopefully. Hopefully. I want to get a line down here for the nose. A fight for love and glory. On that you can rely. So you see, I've had to go over now with some transparent white to get rid of the obvious line there. Semi-blend in here as it gets over into the shadow. Not a full-fledged blend, just a semi-blend. Which happens down here. Oh, still the same old story. A fight for love and glory. On that you can rely. The fundamental thing in life is time goes by. Da 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 dee 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 da 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 So I'm putting a bit of flesh tone in here that I mixed up to get some of the half toning in. And I'm trying to get it closer now to the highlight. Da 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 da. So I'm going to use a little chromium oxide as well to the mix. To mix it with the flesh tones. To get a little bit more of the blue flavor. Strange the attitude. No one can deny. Oh, it's still the same old story. A fight for glory that you can rely. As time goes by, that you can rely. Midnight in the sun, strangely out of place. I'm in this man, and that's what. Oh, it's still the same old story. A fight for love and glory. On that you can rely. The fundamental thing in life as time goes by. So what I'm trying to do here is get a texture of tones on the texture of tones. So that's a word or an idea on the skin that shows that there's a there's a little bit of, well, there's muscle and fat under the skin, right? So if you model it a little bit, just a little bit, then you can get that effect. And I'm trying. I've moved the highlight a little bit, and I'm going to have to put some back, but that's okay. No big whoop. Da 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 oh shit, I got a nice spot there, but I got in the wrong place. And that you can lie. The fundamental things in life as time goes by. Midnight will so strangely return. I'm still using transparent white, by the way, so there's no real white in this, just transparent white. What I'll end up doing is using the titanium to get the whites I want for when we get near the end of the skin toning. The fundamental thing in life as time goes by. Nope, that's not the color I want there. And nope, it's not the color I want there either. Sorry, nice try, but that's not the color. Oh, I see why. Okay. Color's dying on me. I hate to say it, but I might have to move into some titanium faster than I expected. I want to get the nose. Da, 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 Ah, some crap on the brush. Sorry about that. Don't know what it was, but it certainly made a and screw up with my shadowing or my highlighting. Da, 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 da. Ah, da, 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 dee, 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 dee. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 just time goes by. Da da dee 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 dee. Da 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 da. Da dum dee 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 dee. Da dum da dum. Da 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 da. Da da dee 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 dee. Da dum da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da dum dee 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 dee. Da dum da 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 da. Da 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 da. As time goes by, da 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 da. You son of a. Well, this calls for more paint. It finally died on me. Da dee dee. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. On that you can rely. Da da da. As time goes by. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. You know, painting an acrylic like this is like playing chess. You know, you got to be 3 moves ahead the whole time. otherwise. Da, 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 da. Da, da, goes by. Oh, it's still the same old story. A fight for love and glory. On that you can rely. As time goes by, you would run out of me just as I was getting to the good part. Da 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 da. Goes by. Oh, yes, still the same story. world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Mm-hmm. 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 Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Time goes by. Nope, we can't have that. No, 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 no. Too much. The world will welcome lovers as time goes by. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, I'm gonna let that set up because it's drying. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a smaller brush to get some of these flesh tones in around the nose. A little bright, I gotta admit. Okay. So these will be glazed. So what I'm doing here is I'm adjusting the nose. Nobody knows you all about you. Da, 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 da. Oh my God, okay. da, da, about you. Getting to know you all about you. Getting to know getting to know all about you. Getting to know getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Da da dee dee. Getting to know all about you. Getting to know you. Do you love me? Da, 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 getting to know you, know all about you, getting to know you, getting to know you about you. Getting to know you, getting to know getting to know all about you. About you. Getting to know all about you. Getting to know you. About you. What I just did was an oil painter's trick. Basically, you mix the paint right on the canvas. In case anybody's wondering what the hell's going on. Getting to know getting to know all about you. Getting to know about you. So some of these highlights I will get with titanium white as opposed to the white I'm using. I'm just getting the where they are right now. Getting to know you. Getting to know you. Oh, you son of... No, I didn't want to do that. No, didn't want to do that. Now I gotta work it out. I'll put the shadow back in. Maybe I get too much from your brush, might as well use it up someplace where you need it. Am I an art master? When did you ask me that? Jesus, about 20 minutes ago. Sorry about that. I was in the zone. If you still hear stick stuff, I don't know if I'm a master or not. Maybe. I don't know. What qualifies you as an art master? I don't know. That you can paint old masters, or I don't know. I guess that's your definition. Whatever your definition is, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Can I paint like an old master? Yeah. Do I look like an old master? No. Then you can ask the obvious. Do you smell like an old master? No, no turpentine here. I don't know. It takes a long time to master even one thing, let alone multiple things. It's taken me my whole life, basically. And there's still stuff I don't do. I don't do silver point, I don't do, you know, stuff that I just don't do. Am I up for maybe another medium to work in? Not really. I'm happy with what I know. Because you teach yourself, right? I mean, you can only get taught so much, and then you get to teach yourself. There's so much to learn, so much to know how to do this kind of stuff, that it takes a lifetime, really. Some people never do anything else but oil their entire lives. Other people do things that are more complicated, or mind you, I don't know what's more complicated than an old master. I don't really know, especially if you're translating it into something else, which I am doing here. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm translating a oil painting into an acrylic painting to make it look like it's an oil painting. And believe you me, it's not easy to do. As a matter of fact, it takes a hell of a lot of time. A hell of a lot of time. And even then, mind you, the old masters, that's all they did. Mind you, that's all I do now, but when you paint your whole life and that's all you do, chances are you get really good at it after a while. Like now, I'm wondering that no matter what you do, you get good at it after a while. Get a master? I don't know. I know my students used to call me maestro and so on. I always wondered about that, but whatever. Yeah. Whatever. I guess in a sense it's the only way you get a semblance of immortality, I guess. If that's what you want to call it, because people can see what you did centuries later. Sometimes. I'm sure there's a hell of a lot of guys who painted and there is no work left. It's all been destroyed. It's possible. Even old masters like Vermeer. I'm sure he did more than 30 paintings in his lifetime. That's all that we have. 30 some odd paintings. But it's enough to know that the guy was unbelievable. So the question is, do you ever become a master? I guess. The trouble with this kind of art is there's no place to hide, you know? You just can't throw crap on a canvas and say, yeah, this is Untitled number 6. You can't do that. It's either perfect or it's crap. There's no place to go. There's no hiding. And lots of people out there are experts at hiding behind crap. And the best experts convince people that the crap doesn't smell. And believe me, there's lots of those. See, when these guys painted, there was no hiding in the bushes. It was either right or it was wrong. So you didn't have an opportunity to say, oh yeah, it's oh yeah, well, don't you see the head is square? No. Because the simple thing is, they wouldn't pay for it. Today, Jesus, they'll pay for anything. Convince somebody that it's a masterpiece and you're on your way. You just have to convince the right people. Now, needless to say, that's not always the case. Yeah, there's other types of art. Yeah, there's folk art, and that's not crap. It's just a different style of art. They're not trained, granted, but they express themselves. So I wouldn't count that as crap. Or naive art either. Lots of that. I wouldn't count that as crap either. Because if you want to paint a red stripe on a canvas and convince everybody that it's a genius, that's a trick. And the bottom line is it's crap. And someday when somebody finally gets up and says, you know what, that's crap, then the game will be over. Thing is with these guys, nobody ever is going to get up and say, that's crap. Why? Because it isn't. It's not. It's finely rendered work. So, art lovers, if you're out there, don't let anybody convince you that your eyes are wrong. If it looks like crap, it's crap. And as time goes by, more and more people get pissed off in the general public because they keep being told what is and is not crap. And the crap usually wins, so people say, I'm not paying for that. And then you really got a problem. Because then they remove all the funding from the arts. And that's what happens. And it's because of a small group of people. It's always a small group who tried to put one over on the public. And the public went, no, sorry. I can recognize crap when I see it. You can tell me all day long that it's not crap, but I know it is. And I'm not giving you any money for it. In terms of taxes and support. And that's the way it goes. Not just a modern phenomenon. Didn't really happen before. Yeah. Didn't have this stuff and these problems in the preceding centuries. It's only a modern problem. And my guess is sooner or later it'll just fade away. It might take a while, but sooner or later it just fades away. the beautiful part about it all is that you actually see some bright spots on the horizon. And what I mean by that is, what's the most expensive thing that's ever been sold? Pound for pound. Diamond? Nope. Think so? No. Not a diamond. Pound for pound, the most expensive thing that's ever been sold is Leonardo's painting, which just sold, by the way, for $450 million. What do you think the painting weighs? Not much. Would be $20 million an ounce? More? I don't know. Never done the math, but I'll tell you one thing, it'd be a lot. $450 million. Why did it sell for so much? Because it was crap? Nope. It sold for so much because people realize it's a masterpiece. So if that sold for that much, what do you think the Mona Lisa would sell for? $1 billion? Maybe. Maybe. Lady in Yerman? Maybe even a bit more. See the old saying, you can fool some of the people some of the time. And all the people some of the time. But you sure as hell can't fool all the people all the time. Sooner or later, it comes back to bite you in the ass. And there's lots of people out there who've got paintings they paid a hell of a lot of money for them. And now they're considered crap. But I'll guarantee you, if you go back and come in 100 years and see what the Mona Lisa sells for, is selling for, it'll be a hell of a lot more than it is today. In fact, you can probably figure it out. But I'll guarantee you, it'll be more than it is now. The trouble with non-representational art is people's tastes change completely. They change, and what happens is you end up with stuff you can't sell, or nobody wants. I'll guarantee you that will not happen if you own a Mona Lisa. In fact, it's already happening. There's lots of stuff that was done non-representational that is out of style or out of fashion or whatever you want to call it. And it just is not selling. At least not for anywhere near what it was bought for. Not so with old masters. Go and try to buy a Vermeer. Try to buy one. Even if there's one available, try to buy it. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Which always kills me. Like if you're Bill Gates or some guy like that, and you say, "Go and get me a couple of Vermeers, a Da Vinci, and yeah, I got lots of money. Come on, go get me some. I want to decorate my walls with it." The answer is, sorry, there's none available. How can that be? Because it is. There's none available. And that's why the Da Vinci went for $450 million. And we'll go for more next time it sells. About you. Da 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 Well, I think she's about ready for the final glaze, but that's not happening today, unfortunately. Get something here. Well, I think I got that. That worked out good. Wunderbar. I want those subtle, subtle tones. And they easy to get, but you can do it. Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to know you. Well, Pokeroos, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little art interlude here. I certainly did. Fun, 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 now that Daddy took the T-bird away. I got the colors in I was looking for. And I hope. Can you move the comments on the left side of the screen if it interferes with what you're doing? Oh. Gee, sorry, Patty. I didn't even think of that. Did you just come on? I'm sorry if you did. I can certainly do that. I'm gonna have to ask. Okay, so what we've got right now is I'm going to see if I can get a little bit better looks for you seeing what I'm seeing. Let's see. No, that didn't do it. No, that sure as hell didn't do it. Pardon me. I gotta admit, yeah, I'm sorry, Patty. I finished a bit early today, and with Ben, and I decided to go on at 5 o'clock because I'm getting more natural light. God, it went down the wrong hole. Oh, that's better. And I've got the basically I've got all the underpainting I need, and now I'm going to do the top colors. It's so what'll happen is it'll sharpen the focus tomorrow night. My guess is 7 or something. There, that's a better look. There's a little bit of a tonal change here that I got to take out, but it's I don't want to lose it because it's in the actual photo. But I think what I'll do tomorrow is I'll probably do the eyes, and then I'm going to do the tonal features more, because I want the eyes in order to reflect what I'm doing. So you're seeing a lot of underpainting and whatnot in here that I've been using the transparent white with, etc. So it'll be moving into titanium white for brighter highlights and, you know, the whole 9 yards. But she's coming along just fine. Just fine. And I think I've mapped out basically all the tonal patterns I need to map out. There's a couple of little things I want to do, but by and large, the underpainting tones now are basically where I wanted to go with it. So now tomorrow, when I put her the flesh tones in, or the finishing flesh tones, it'll just be crisp and beautiful, and you know what I mean. And yeah, it's mapped, toned and mapped. It's very hard to get this tone in here, to get it in the right place and the right consistency, because it's that, you know, it's, well, you can see where I started up there, so you can see how it's coming through the skin to give it a the grisaille look. But I'll brighten her up, and she'll look good. She'll look like a Baroque painting of a young woman. And it'll be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Now the daddy took the taper away. I couldn't see that before. I've gone up too far down there. Jeez, okay. Well, the hair will be adjusted there. It actually comes up to about here, so I've pulled it up. I pulled it down too far. But I'm not worried about that right now. So I'll get the eyes in tomorrow, and she's got blue-green eyes, which will, with catch lights in them and all those little doodads. She's got lovely eyes, and she's looking right at me. saying? Where the hell are my eyes? Anyway, it's all mapped out. Little places you're seeing that it needs the color on top of it. So once the color's on top, then it'll be perfectamundo. Good evening, good night, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll probably be on tomorrow. What's tomorrow anyway? Thursday. Thursday. Yeah, I might go on this afternoon in the afternoon. I'm not sure. I might. Yeah. What's tomorrow? Yeah, I might be on in the afternoon. I'm not sure. Just pending what's happening. But thank you for watching, everybody, and it's been a slice, and we'll see you tomorrow. Talk to you soon.